Yeah. So these are the setups we completed in the last session. We created value sets and created chart of account structure and segments. For each segment, we assigned value sets. Also, we associated segment labels. We mapped, or you can say we assigned segment labels to respective segments. This is what we complete in the last session. Any questions from anyone? Please, if no questions, we'll proceed with the rest of setups which are part of chart of accounts. Any questions, please? No questions. So go to our implementation project, setup and maintenance, and go to task list. Click on manage implementation projects. Click on overview. Open this project. So we have to navigate to chart of account structure task, or you can directly go to instance also. Any task is fine. You may just go to this task, or you can target this task. From the project, search for the task called as chart of accounts structures. Click on manage chart of account structures. You can use any one of these tasks. Both will take us to same page. Okay, both will take us to same page. You can choose any one. I'm selecting manage chart of account structures task. Click on go to task icon. Click on go to task icon and click on search. Now we are going to create chart of account structure instance. What does that mean by instance? Copy of chart of account structure. Copy of chart of account structure we call as instance. Now, if you want to create instance, you have to use this tab. To create the chart of account structure, this is a tab we just used for definition. By clicking on manage structures, we created our chart of account structure. Now we are going to copy our chart of account structure that we are calling as instance. To copy, you have to click on manage structure instances. Click on this tab. To create the instance, click on create. Here you can give the name. We are using the client name as ABC Inc. or ABC Inc. ABC Inc. What is the structure name we given? ABC Inc. Accounting Flex Field. The reality, whatever the name we given for chart of account structure, the same you can use for instance. But for our understanding purpose, we'll make slight difference. So we can give the name, for instance, is ABC Inc. Accounting Flex, so that you will be able to differentiate. The chart of account structure name we given as ABC Inc. Flex Field. Here we are just giving only Flex. So you can understand. Flex means that is instance name. Use tab, the same name system is copying as an API name. Already we discussed about the API means application programming interface. This can be used for technical purposes. You don't change anything. Don't touch this field. What system is copying from the instance code. Copy the name, or you can say code, and take as a name and description. Now we are going to create instance. We are going to copy which chart of account structure. You have to select the chart of account structure from here. We have a structure name field. Select our chart of account structure name. So our chart of account structure name is this ABC INC accounting flex field. This is what we created in the last session. So ABC INC accounting flex field. Within this ABC INC accounting flex field, what are the segments we created? What are the value sets we associated? You can see here. Now, these all segments we need within this instance. If you want to use all these segments within this instance, this is all you have to select as required in this instance. Here is the column called as required. So you have to mark all these segments as required within this instance, which are available in this structure. These all are available in the structure. These all we are going to use in our instance. We are going to copy. How to do that? Select company segment, click on edit. Here is a checkbox called required, enable, and say OK. So it is marking as required. So the same we have to repeat for remaining all the segments. Select department, click on edit, mark as required and say OK. Next, account, click on edit, mark as required and say OK. Intercompany, required and say OK. Project, required OK. Future one, yes, required. You have to set all segments as required. That's mandatory. You should do it. Done. Now the question is why we require chart of account structure instance. We have a chart of account structure. Why we have to create? The very strong reason is within the Fusion applications, we are going to use one reporting tool called as Hyperion. We are going to use Hyperion reporting tool. The Hyperion reporting tool, if you want to generate the reports, the data should be available in chart of account structure instance. If it is available in the chart of account structure, it doesn't sync with the tool related environment. There will be separate database and all. We'll discuss that when we deal with the report concept, but just for very high level. So the data, if you are going to maintain within the chart of accounts, that cannot be used by this Hyperion reporting tool. That is the reason they made instances mandatory. If you are from EBS background, in EBS, we create chart of account structure. We never create chart of account structure instance. In Fusion only we have to create. The reason is to support other applications, other capabilities, other features or reporting tool, or there are many few other reasons also. Okay. So not only for this reporting, there is a budgeting from Hyperion and different kind of capabilities. To utilize this chart of account concept in those areas, they came up with a concept called as structure instance. That is the reason we are creating. So to record the transactions, there is no great value addition with this instance. So to support those tools, this is primary. Okay. So this is what we have to understand. Okay. To support this Hyperion related reporting capabilities, the instance need to be created. But in the system, what they did is, without creating instance, you cannot create transactions also. Okay, to create the transactions, we need instance. That's how they just created environment when we do the setups. Okay, so that is the reason we created this chart of account structure instance. Okay, chart of account structure instance. Now you can say save and close. So this chart of account structure we will use when we create the transactions. Just click on that. So we created instance. Now we need to deploy our accounting key flex field, where we created our chart of account structure and instance. The chart of account structure and instance we created within this accounting flex field. The same accounting flex field we have to submit for a deployment. Okay, we have to submit for a deployment. When you submit for a deployment, within this accounting flex field, how many chart of accounts we have, all system will deploy. All system will submit for validation. Now go to manage structures, click on search. How many chart of accounts we have in this instance, you can see here. Many chart of accounts. As a part of your real-time implementation, you don't see this many. Hardly you may create one and you can use for multiple countries. That's it. This is a practice instance. That is the reason you can see many chart of accounts. Okay. So now, when you submit your accounting flex field for deployment, what it will do is this accounting flex field deployment process should validate all the segments which are there in the accounting flex field. We don't have any option to validate our chart of accounts. We have to submit deployment for entire accounting flex field and it has to validate. Say you created chart of account by following the certain guidelines. You have to use minimum 2 labels, primary balance and segment label and natural account segment label. That's how you say you created our chart of account with the 2 segments or 5 segments. And as a mandatory, you assign primary balance and segment label to company, natural account segment label to account segment. But what I did is I created chart of account and I did not assign any labels to any segment. That's how I created. Now you created by following how it should be. I created without following any guidelines. Now when you submit for a deployment, when you submit the accounting flex field for a deployment, the deployment status process will end with a warning or say error. Will stop the process. You cannot deploy your chart of accounts because I created wrong chart of accounts. Now, what is your role here when you are practicing and learning? You have to fix the issues which are there in my chart of accounts also. This is very important point. When you are working for a client, okay, you are the one who will create the chart of accounts. Nobody is going to create the chart of accounts apart from finance consultant. But this is a practice instance we are learning. Everybody will be creating. So they may just commit with the mistakes. They may forget to assign the labels. So those all will become issues when you submit for a deployment. When you submit for a deployment, you are not submitting the deployment only for your chart of accounts. You are submitting the deployment for entire accounting flex field. Within the same accounting flex field, you have your chart of accounts, I have my chart of accounts, but everything is in the same accounting flex field. I did not create my chart of account by following the rules, but you followed and you created. When you submit for a deployment because of my chart of accounts, the deployment process will get stopped. If you want to take it forward, you have to fix the chart of account issues which are there in my definition. So this is what we have to be very clear. Okay. So what point system will verify when you submit for a deployment? Primarily, 2 different checks. It will check 2 things. The first one is, it will check these 2 labels assigned or not. Labels. Okay, labels check. In every chart of accounts, these 2 labels are mandatory. Primary balance and segment label and natural account segment label. These 2 labels are mandatory. It will check. If any label is missing, it will stop the process. It will throw error message. It gives the message in which chart of account, which label is missing, up to that level of information it can provide. By seeing that error message, you can go and fix it, again submit for a deployment. That is the one reason. Okay, that is the one aspect system can do the validation. The other aspect is, it will check the label assignments. Label, the other point also, label only. Here, when we talk about label, the first one is assignment. Okay, assignments. Those two labels are assigned or not, it will check. Okay, so assignments, the two labels. Let me write as two labels assignment. The two labels assigned or not, it will check. The second point is how many times labels map you can take. How many times labels mapped? That means one label we need to assign to only one segment. If you use one label multiple times, that system will find as a error. The primary balance and segment label, say you assign to company, you should not assign the same label to one more segment with some reason within the same chart of accounts. If you assign cost center segment label to department, you should not assign to another segment. If you assign natural account segment label to account, you should not assign to another segment. System will allow you to do it, but you should not do. If you do, it will throw error message. These are the 2 points system is going to check with respect to labels. Okay, it will check how the labels are managed. So the two labels means primary balance and segment label and natural account segment label. These two labels need to be used in every chart of accounts. The second point is those labels are assigned how many times? Those labels are assigned how many times? One label you should not use more than one time. System will allow, again it says you did mistake if you do assign it. So these 2 points we have to take care when you create the chart of accounts. Now we'll go and submit the deployment so that if any these relevant issues we can come across. There may not be relevant issues which are done by others. Better we will go and do the mistake and we will test it so that you can understand. So go to our chart of accounts. Our chart of account is ABCINC. This is the one we created. I think someone else you created same. No worries. This is the one we created. We given the name as a ABCINC accounting flex field. Now, I want to remove primary balancing segment label which we assign to company. A double click, it will get removed. Say save and close. Now save and close, click on done. Now submit accounting flex field for deployment. It can detect in which chart of accounts what label is missing. The two labels only it will look for. In every chart of accounts, primary balance and segment label, natural account segment label, these two are mandatory. It can check. Now submit. Click on deploy flex field. It can detect that problem, that error, saying in so and so chart of accounts, in ABCINC accounting flex field structure, so and so label is missing, it can give the information. Now the error, that error and deployment, and here you can say flex field metadata validation, 1 error, 0 warnings. If you find warnings, no need to worry about it. Those are not going to become showstoppers. Those will allow you to proceed, but errors won't allow you. You have to fix, then you can deploy. Once you deploy, then you can create the values. So to find out what error it is, you expand it. Expand this section and scroll little down. Read the message which is readable. The rest, ignore it. Wherever you can find the statements, though there you can read. Where you find some kind of coding kind of thing, that ignore it. Your readable content is here. you must assign a required label, okay, called as GL balancing. See, in the GL balancing, the term balancing is matching with our primary balancing. That's how you have to identify system is talking about which label. It is saying you must assign a required label called a GL balancing. Balancing means primary balancing. This is what you have to understand. It is saying balancing means it is talking in the system language. So GL balancing. Balancing means primary balancing segment label it is talking about. So you must assign a required label called as primary balancing segment label to at least one segment. Okay, at least one segment in the chart of account. This should be assigned. It is mandatory. And it is talking about which structure it can provide the name. Here is the structure name. The structure is ABC INC accounting flex fill. You need to assign required segment label called as GL balancing. GL balancing means primary balancing segment label to at least one segment. Okay, so it is saying in this chart of account structure, the primary balancing segment label is missing. You please assign because it is a mandatory. So that's how you can get the message. Just you have to read and understand the message so that you can go and fix it. Now we'll go and fix. So below nothing. Say okay. Now see here, deployment status is error. Again, if you want to see that error message, you click on deployment error message. It will show the same. Okay. The same it is repeating twice, thrice. That's all. Same message. Issue is same. Now go to manage structures. Find out our chart of account structure. Click on edit. I'm going to fix it. Click on edit, select field called as company. Please. Any question?
Hey, I can't hear anything.
I think there is a problem from your end. Of course, since you can't hear, you cannot hear.
Okay, let me do that one. Thanks.
Yeah. Fine. We'll proceed. So the issue is label is missing. Now you can assign the label. So primary balancing segment label assign. Now issue will be resolved. Now you can take it forward to deploy. Now we'll check with the account also. Now we'll do one more mistake. Go to account, click on edit, remove this. We'll see whether system can detect or not. So save and close, done. Click on deploy flex field. It should find out. Yeah, it identified. You read this message. The message says you must assign a required label called as GL account. Here is the hint for us. It is talking about which label? GL account. Where you have account term in the labels? Where you have account terms, in which label you have account term? Anyone?
In account.
Right?
Natural account.
Natural
account segment.
yeah.
The natural account segment label, we have a term called as account. It is talking about natural account. It is saying you must assign a required label called as natural account segment label to at least one segment within this chart of accounts. Yes, it's very clear to us now. We will go and fix it.
So Lakshman, here we are modifying the flex fields chart of account structure or instance.
What is this you see here?
Top we can see flex field structure.
Structure only. We are not touching because nothing we created within the instance, right? Copy.
Okay.
Everything we did as a part of structure. Okay. Everything we did as a part of structure. I'm choosing all the time manage structures, not instance.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. Manage structures. So you don't go and do any changes in instance. Okay. There are 2-3 check boxes which we can manage that we will see later. But generally anything you do within the chart of account structure. Chart of account structure can act as a template. Okay, from this structure only the instance can take the data. Anything you do in the structure only.
Okay, so it will automatically cascade the changes.
Yeah. It will sync. Yeah, full sync. These two will be in the full sync.
Yeah.
Just very simple. Very simple. We have a real chart of accounts. For that, we created one window called as instance. That's all.
Yeah, just a replica.
Yeah, replica, some view window we created. From that, you can access the data which is there in the chart of account structure. Or you can say replica. Yes, copy. Correct. Fine. Now we'll go and fix that issue. Edit. So issue with natural account segment label is missing. Select. Good. Any question? Please go on mute. Please. You are attending the session. Please ensure you turned off the speaker. I mean to say, kept on mute. Okay. Now the issue will be resolved. If I submit for deployment, it will go smooth. The other point is, we want to check whether system will detect the problem if I assign same label to more than one segment. For company, already we assigned primary balance and segment label. I'm going to assign the same to department also. Go to department, click on edit. Already we assigned cost center. Why we assign, we don't know as of now, we'll come to know. And I want to assign primary balance and segment label also. Say save and close. There is a guidelines which says one label you can use for only one segment. You should not assign to more than one segment. If you assign more than, system will tell you what you should not do. Now click on deploy FlexField. Just wait for a moment. It will just fetch the data and it will display what's wrong with which chart of accounts. Here is the error message. What error message says? You can assign a unique segment label called as GL balancing. Means it is talking about primary balance and segment label. So you can assign a unique segment label called as primary balance and segment label to only one segment. But within this ABC INC accounting flex field, that is assigned to more than one. That is the meaning of it. You can assign, okay. So you can assign only one to one label to one segment only. One label system will allow you to assign to multiple segments, but we should not do it. We should know that. So that is a message from system. If you have that assignment with a multiple, you cannot compile this. We cannot validate. We cannot deploy it. If you are not able to deploy your chart of accounts, you cannot use it to record the transactions. This is what we have to understand. Now click on OK and go and correct it. Go to manage structures, find out our chart of account structure. A, B, C, I, and C. Accounting flex field. Just click on edit. Go to department. Click on edit. See how you'll come to know, like as per message, system is not saying the primary balance in segment label is assigned to department. Please don't assign, remove it. It is not saying. It is simple, very generic statement. In this chart of accounts, the balance in primary balance in segment label, it is not giving the direct name, it is giving as GL balancing, means primary balance in segment label. That's what we have to understand. It is used multiple times, it is saying. Where it is used, you have to go and check it. It is not telling to us, it is assigned to company as well as department. Please go and remove to department. There is no message. It is saying it is repeated, twice used. Go and fix it. Where it is assigned, you go and verify, review the information, then take decision and remove. Since we did intentionally, directly we can go and remove that. Okay. So department, click on edit, remove this. Now this is perfectly fine. This chart of accounts. There are no challenges with this. And the rest of the chart of accounts, what we have in this account flex field also quite okay. Now click on deploy flex field. So click on deploy flex field. It will take time. This is a practice instance. If it is a client instance, it can complete in 1 hour max 2 minutes. Okay, it can complete in 1 hour max 2 minutes. It can complete the deployment process. The reason when we are working for your client, you don't find many chart of accounts in the instance. Oracle never provides any chart of accounts. Whatever you require, you have to create. Even if you are doing the global implementation, say you are going to do the implementation for 100 countries, no worries. Only one chart of account is enough. That's what you can see the real implementations now. So you can use one chart of accounts for even for your 100 countries business. That works. So that means you are going to create hardly one chart of accounts. If you require more than one, you may create 2 or 3, not hundreds of chart of accounts. But in the current instance, what we are using for our classes or practice purpose from your end, there are many chart of accounts. Hundreds of chart of accounts are already created. Now, the system has to use system resource. Many resources it has to use. It has to use some database resource to perform this activity. Again, it is heavy work. Now, system has to do heavy lifting. Many chart of accounts are there. It has to work on all the chart of accounts. It has to validate first. In the first go, it will check errors. If errors are there, immediately it will show. If no errors, then it will go with the very thorough validation, one by one. It will select one chart of it, will check. Okay, nothing is wrong. And this is how it has to check all the chart of accounts and it has to execute the process. It takes time. In the practice instances, you always find many chart of accounts. That is the reason it takes time to complete. If it is a client instance, you don't see any chart of accounts. Whatever you create, that would be the first. So whenever you click on deploy, it will be deployed without taking any time. Hardly it may take 2 minutes or 1 minute time, not more than that. But here, when you are practicing, it may take 5 minutes, it may take 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes also. Anyway, this is a one-time activity. You don't need to worry about it if it is taking 15 minutes for you. One time, if you create and deploy it, you don't need to touch it. You can keep going. Okay, again, you are not going to come back to this to deploy and all. The first time when you create the chart of accounts, okay, where you have to deploy it, when you deploy, if any errors, it will display the message. Accordingly, you can go and fix. The errors may not belong to your chart of accounts. It may be from others. You should take the responsibility because you want to take care of your chart of accounts. If you want to take care of your chart of accounts, you have to take care of entire accounting flex field. Whatever the chart of accounts we have in the accounting key flex field, all should be fine. Then only the deployment process can trigger to complete the deployment activity. So this is what we have to understand. So now see almost, so you could see 30 to 35% deployment progress, the deployment process completed. So it may take 5 more minutes. Okay, meantime, any questions from anyone? The questions may be on today content, what we discussed. The questions may be from the previous classes. No worries, just we can discuss. It takes minimum 5 to 10 minutes time. If you have any questions, we'll discuss. If you don't have any questions, we'll take the break.
Lakshman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we assign the multiple labels to the one segment? I mean that it is unique only. In the case of just now, we have assigned, right, two labels.
I got it. Your question is, can we assign multiple labels to one segment which are not assigned already to other segments?
Correct.
Yes, we can do that. Just ensure that is not already not being used. These all you will understand once you understand why we assign those. Yeah. Once we understand like why we assign primary balance and segment label, why we assign natural account segment label, cost center, intercompany, when we come to know the purpose, then you can take the decision something else need to be assigned or not.
Yeah.
To answer
I
your
can say
question,
that
yes,
it is
that
not
is
meaningful. Correct. It is not meaningful, right? If you are going to assign multiple labels to one segment.
It makes sense. Do you know what is the purpose of labels?
Yeah, we have to identify what kind of account and where we are balancing.
We never
right?
discuss. We never discuss that. Let's discuss later. We can talk on that.
Okay, and one more thing. So we have created a chart of account structure instance, right? So is this because we are creating to expose to multiple reports or other third-party applications?
Not for third party. Third party purpose, we don't need instance. So primarily the instance, they made it as a mandatory. We have a concept called as Hyperion. Hyperion products we are going to use in the Fusion applications along with the Fusion. In Hyperion, you cannot use directly your chart of accounts. Okay. So the copy of chart of account only allowed in the Hyperion as per Hyperion model, the product. The copy only is allowed. That is the reason we are creating copy for Hyperion purpose, as well as Oracle made it as you also use instance only whenever you create the transactions. Not only just for third-party applications, within the Fusion also, okay, we use always instance only. Chart of account structure instance, not structure.
Okay.
Anything, everything you can update within the instance that will say, structure that will sync with instance that you can access from the instance.
Thank you, Lakshman.
Yeah, thanks. Any other questions?
Sir, could you explain shorthand analysis and dynamic code combination in structure instance?
Not now. When we reach those, we will discuss.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Those are the two separate concepts. Yeah. So when we create the first account code combination, I will explain about dynamic combination, what you mentioned. When we are working on general ledger application, I'll show you how to create that shorthand analysis. Any other questions?
Lakshman, this deployment, is it only at the time of creation of that account?
For the first time, when you complete your chart of accounts, you have to deploy it. Later, others may create new chart of accounts and all in the practice instance. You don't need to worry about it. You created and you deployed. That is enough for your chart of accounts. After you, if somebody is going to create the chart of accounts and instances, whether they are deploying or not, that is up to them. If they are not deploying, their chart of account structure and instance won't be active and won't be available wherever it is required. That's it.
So subsequently, if I'm editing my structure, like enabling a new qualifier or something.
Yes, if you are doing the changes, if you are doing some modifications to your chart of account structure or instance, you have to submit for deployment again. If you don't do that deployment, the changes won't reflect.
Okay.
You should do it.
Okay, understood.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Apart of label check, is there any other issue if we are deploying that COA?
Those are the typical issues we face: label assignment or multiple time assignment. Apart from that, you don't face any issues. If you face more than that, we contact Oracle.
Okay.
We raise SR, service request. There is a separate portal called as global support. Okay, there when you are working for your client, you will get the login credentials to that portal. There you have to log the SR, service request. There you will write. So in general ledger application, I'm creating the chart of accounts. I submitted for deployment. It is showing so-and-so error message. Before you raise the SR to Oracle, within that support portal, you can search with that error message. There will be recommendations, what to do, what not to do with that. If some solution is suggested, you can try with that. If it is not supporting, if it is not helping you, one and only option is you contact Oracle by raising SR. SR you can write and you can provide your contact details. From Oracle side, there will be support engineers, okay, support team. They will contact you, they'll keep in touch with you, they'll be updating the SR saying that please do this, please do that, or else they will set up a call and they will look into your instance and they'll understand, they'll just fix it as soon as possible. That's how it works.
Okay, but mostly the issue is in only label check.
Yeah, mostly, yeah, that more than that you do, because this is very stabilized. Okay. Chart of account creation functionality, the future is it's very strong, stabilized. So you never face any issues more than that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Hi, Lakshman.
Yeah, hi.
I'm not missing any instance credentials. Can you please send me instance credentials from battery's purpose?
You are not seeing anywhere. Okay. Today I'm going to share. Yesterday I was supposed to share, but the previous batch drive access also I shared with the guys who subscribed. There also you can find. But anyway, I'll be creating the new drive for your batch. Whatever the sessions we completed, everything I'll place in the drive. So up to 7 classes, I already shared the meeting, the links today along with this meeting link. Yesterday's session and today's session also, I'll place in the drive. I'll share it today. You can
along with the instance
also
okay.
I'll keep in the same drive. I'll create separate folder called as instances. Within that, I'll place one notepad. Within the notepad, you can find the instance details.
Thank you.
Yeah, great, thanks. Any other questions, please?
Hi, Lakshman.
We'll take a few more minutes. Yep.
How to raise the SRs?
Sorry?
How to raise the SRs?
You need login credentials. When you are working for a client, okay, they will provide you the login credentials. You can go to Google and type Oracle support. There will be one link. You just click on that link. It will ask you to provide login credentials. You can log into the instance. Once you log in, there will be one tab called as Create SR. You have to click on that. On top, you can find one Create SR tab. There will be tab. Click on that. There will be Create SR, another tab. Once you click, it will ask you the details. You provide your issue description. And this issue belongs to which application? General ledger application. And if applicable, provide the screenshot. That error message screenshot you can take and you can submit. And you can provide your contact details. What is your preferable method of contact with Oracle? Through email or call, phone call, that you can specify. Then from the Oracle global support, that we call as a team as a global support. So somebody will keep in touch with you and they'll keep posting the updates. Please try this, try that. So that's how you will start interfacing with them. You will start interacting with them. So that's how you will be able to close that issue with the Oracle support.
Thank you.
Yeah, because those things I should not show in the class, right? That's different, right? Otherwise, I'm interested. Okay. So I think, as I mentioned, as a real-time discussions, I do remember I provided some screenshots how to raise SR. Okay. When you go through the real-time videos, there you can see that information. How to raise SR, I think just I made few screenshots, reality how we do that. I just I think 3-4 screenshots I provided that you can find within the discussions. There you will understand. Fine. Any other questions? It will take few more minutes. I think it will take 5 more minutes. Even it is showing 99%. The last movement, it will recheck many things. It takes time. If any questions, please. If no questions, we'll take 5 minutes break. After 5 minutes, we'll continue. Anyway, because it is taking break now, right? We can take.
Lakshman, this is Guru. Let's say if we set up the chart of account in test environment when we are doing some deployment of any of the company, and then we deploy it also, and then we find out that we did some mistake while doing some setup, or if the business people come back to us that we have the problem.
I'm sorry. What is the mistake?
Let's say whatever segments or anything we decided, not the main 2 segments, but like 4th or 3rd segment kind of project or anything. And when the business people after that they come back, okay, we have some problem. It doesn't look good. We want to go with a different code combination or another setup. Can we disable this thing and create a new one or not?
Yeah. The first point, irrespective of environment, we discuss and we decide, then we'll take it forward, the chart of account creation. It is not like we just meet the client saying, hi, tell me how many, okay, I'll create, done. No. So we'll just put on the paper, we'll discuss their finance team, account teams. From our side, we as a consultant will sit, discuss what you need, what you don't need. That's how we sort out and we'll come to the conclusion. And they have to give the approval. They have to sign off for the chart of account. Yes, this is what we need, no changes required. This is how we have to, this is all we have to align with the chart of account finalization. Anyway, you are referring test instance. So you created chart of accounts in the test instance and later they came back to you saying, no, we need some changes. No worries. You don't need to disable also, leave it and create new one. If it is a production, that's a different story, right? Everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
This is just test instance. You are testing. Okay, no problem. Just you created chart of accounts, later they changed their mind and they came back to you saying that, hey, please remove that segment or please add this new segment. Okay, and change the size, length or width of the segment. They may ask you many things. Yes, you can do it. But in very initial means that is okay. You created chart of accounts and you completed setups for payables, receivables, fixed assets. Now you are almost ready to test the system. That doesn't sound good if they are coming back. You can tell them, okay, don't worry. Any changes you do, you require that we will accommodate in the production. For now, we can go in this way. But we are taking your point. This will just incorporate in the chart of account related document. There will you can give the final approval. Accordingly, we can take it forward in the production instance. For now, in the test instance, let's proceed. But we are taking your note. This is what you can say. In the test instance also, where you are standing. Are you in the beginning, on the middle, or almost you done?
Okay.
Lakshman, after deploying in test instance, do we need to do the deployment again in production instance, or once it is enough?
No. These two are not in the sync. Okay. Test
Okay.
is just for testing purpose, production for the client usage purpose. What you can do is these setups you can copy from here to there.
Okay.
When you copy how these are here, accordingly it will go there. That's it. Okay. If
Okay.
you want to create setups again in the production, yes, you can do it. In some implementations, what we do is the setups, whatever we did in the test, we will move the setups. Only setups, not data. Testing data,
Okay.
we never move. Only setups. Okay. A calendar, a chart of accounts. This all we call as setup data. Means we can use this every time whenever you record the transaction. Setup data. You can call it kind of master data also. So
Okay.
this we can copy. That is one option. In some implementations, what we do is we create all the setups in the production instance.
Fine.
Sorry,
Yes.
Lakshman, one quick question. These the setups or whatever the configuration steps like chart of accounts, calendar. Is there any tool available? Will it get transferred automatically from one instance to next instance, or do we need to redo those?
No, we have a simple option. We can do it. We will see in our classes. So what we will do is in the test instance, what are the setups we have? Just with the 2-3 clicks, you can extract the data. It will generate the file.
Okay.
That file you can download from this instance. Go to your targeted instance, which is a production. You upload it. Done.
Oh, great. Okay.
That's how we have in the Fusion.
Okay, great. Thank you, Lakshman. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Any other questions here, please?
Lakshman, regarding the changes for the chart of accounts. So before we record any transaction, so system will, we can go and modify the structure of the chart of account, right?
No, we cannot do that. See, before recording the transactions, you may add one additional segment. That is okay. But changing means no. What you can change in that? Only the big change what you can do is adding maybe one more segment. Anyway, you didn't create any transactions. That is okay.
Okay.
Okay, apart from that, the big changes you cannot do. What you created, that completely you cannot change. Maybe you may want to add one more segment, yeah, allowed, because you never created any transaction by using it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But not at all recommended. Once you create, don't change it. Okay, once you are just created, don't do any changes. Before creating, 1 time, 2 times, you just go for iterations. Just think, take decision, analyze. You talk to the decision makers in the organization, your finance team, accounting, XYZ. Come to the conclusion. Then inform to Oracle consultants. We are okay. We'll take sign off also. They have to sign. There'll be separate format of paper with us. Or else you may take kind of a soft copy approvals. This is how we do. If we don't take there are many cases where they says, no, we never agreed, we never informed you to take it forward with so-and-so info. And we never asked you to do like this. That is the reason everything we just through emails, or if you are in the client site location, we'll take the sign also from the respective point of contacts from the client side. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, now you could see deployment is completed. Say okay. Here is the status. Deployment status is deployed. Okay, deployment status is deployed. So click on that. Our chart of account is ready. Only we have to create the values. Okay. We have to just create the values. So we deploy it. Now we have to create the values in the value sets. Before we proceed, any questions, please? Don't try to understand segment labels now. Just try to understand what label we assign to which segment. That's all, without any meaning as of now. We'll come to know. Any other question?
Lakshman,
Yeah.
Lakshman, so if you are going to change this chart of account structure in production,
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about changing. Forget about that. We should not do. no discussions on that, not required. So you are not learner when you are working on the project, you are expert. Okay, you know what to do, what not to do. There is no need of doing. Clearly we inform to the client also, just whatever you finalize, once it's finalized, no changes recommended. If you do changes, there will be many issues with the existing data. That is the reason we never do it. If it is a test instance, create one more, no issues. Once you move to the production instance, you should not touch your chart of accounts. That's it.
Now, as we discussed yesterday, that there are so many projects will be failing, right? If you are going to change this chart of account structure.
It's not like failing, that entire existing data will get disturbed.
Yeah. So what are the repercussions? Just I would like to listen from you. So that is the reason I asked. Otherwise, I'm okay.
See, you want to do some changes. If you need additional segment, you can use the future 1 segment or future 2 segment. That is the one thing. Still, if you want to do the changes, you have to do it as a separate project. Redesigning chart of accounts. That's again big activity. We need team. Okay. You may need 3 months or 4 months time. So everything, the data, you will just take a backup and you will just go and do the changes. You will be adding additional segments and you do it. That is again different type of project you have to do. It's not a just activity how you want to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
There are few clients who gone for that. So when they implemented 10 years ago, I'm talking about EBS. So they just choose 5 segments, 6 segments because of the business expansion or like acquisitions or venturing with other companies. They came up with a requirement as that they need 1 more segment, 2 more segments. There is no scope to accommodate new segments because they don't have future segments. Maybe they might have future segments. Those are consumed already with the new segments names. Now they need 1 segment, 2 more segments. Then how to do it? What is the solution? It is not possible. Then there should be some solution. The solution is redesigning the chart of accounts. Again, that is a big activity. You have to do it as a separate project. That's it.
Thank you, Lakshman.
Yeah, thanks. Any other questions on chart of accounts, please? Anyway, we'll have one more round of discussion on the chart of accounts, because just we discussed all these points. We have to understand what are the best practices when you design the chart of accounts. That we have to discuss. If you want to discuss that, we have to discuss some other topic. After that topic, we can discuss about it so that it makes more sense. Easily we can understand the points what we are going to discuss. So within our discussions, if you need any clarity, please. Okay, no. Now, so we'll go and create the values in the value sets. Okay, we'll go and create the values in the value sets. So we'll go one by one. First, we'll go to company value set. We'll create company's values, then department, and we'll go one by one. So what is the task name here? You can use this task, manage chart of accounts value set values. If not this, we can use the task, whatever the task we used to create the value sets, this task. Manage chart of accounts value sets, manage chart of accounts value set values. Both will take us to same page. There is no difference. Names they given slightly different, but there is no difference. Both are same. You can use any one of the tasks. I'm just going with this task. Click on go to task icon. Okay, click on go to task icon. Now find out your value set. Okay, find out your value set. What is our value set name? ABCINC company. The first value set as per our chart of account by following the segment sequence. The very first segment is company. Now we'll create the values in the company segment. Related value set. So this is what we created. You can see from here how this value set created. If you click on edit, you can just read this. You can review how it was created. This is how it was created. Now we are going to create values within this value set. To create values, select this record, click on manage values. Click on search. Do you have something in this value set? Nothing. We never created any values. Within this value set, we never created any values. Now we are going to create. Just click on create. Just click on create. Now, as a part of this value set definition, we given maximum length as a 4. So within this value set, whatever the companies you create, you cannot take length as more than 4. 4 or less than 4. So that is applicable for this field. The length is applicable for value field. Okay. If I enter 1000, it will accept. If I put one more 0, it won't allow. I'm trying with one more 0. And I want to give the company name as ABC Inc. Financial Services. And we discussed about value attributes, posting budgeting. You see here, it is taking allow posting yes, allow budgeting yes. Okay, now it is identified. This is too long. As per this, it should be 4 only. It won't allow. I'm removing 10. Now it will accept. So with this company, if you want to record the transactions, okay, the summary should be no. Summary refers parent. So if it is a parent company, you have to keep summary as yes. If you set summary yes, you cannot record any transactions with this company. But with this company, when you are doing the business, don't set as a yes, keep as a no only. It is a real company. This is not just for reporting purpose. It's not a parent. It is just one of your company. And allow posting, allow budgeting, it is taking yes. That means we are setting the rule or condition with this company. So we will create the transactions, those can be processed. Allow posting means process can be allowed for the transactions if you create with this company. Allow budgeting. Okay, allow budgeting. Allow budgeting, yes, means with this company you can set up the budget. That is the meaning of allow posting and allow budgeting. Okay, done. And here we have a start date and end date. Generally, we don't use this. If I give start date today, end date as this month end, this company would be available to record the transactions within this period only. Within the between the start and end date time frame only, this company would be available. So by default, you can notice this is enabled. Every company code what we create, company we create, automatically system can enable it. So instead of giving the dates, generally what we do is reality, if you are not going to record the transactions, if you don't want to allow the business to record the transaction with this company, we disable it so that this won't be available to record the transactions. If you want to go with end date, you can give, generally we don't use it. This is nothing, this is not a standard functionality, somebody added these values here. Okay, ignore it. This is what you have to understand. Sort order means you can just flip this order, display of these values in the list. That's all. So this is how you can create company segment values in company value set. Let's add few more values. Click on add. And one more point. What we discussed, after creating value set, you should not create the values. If you try to create the values after creating value set, it won't display value attributes. These attributes you don't see here. After deployment, we are trying to create, that is the reason the value attribute system is displayed. Otherwise, it won't display. You create value set, try to create values, nothing it will display. Allow posting, allow budgeting, summary, you don't see. After deployment only, those will be enabled. So that is the reason we are not trying to create values of the moment you create value set. You have to wait till deployment, then you create, it works. Add one more company, say 2000, ABC Inc.
Lakshman, can you please come again? This
Services.
point.
Okay. When we are creating values, are we getting these attributes? Yes or no?
No.
Yes, we are getting there, right? That's what
Yes,
I'm
now
asking.
it's good. Okay.
Yeah. The same I'm asking. When we are creating values, are we getting this? Yes, we are getting this. Why we are getting? Because the deployment is completed for our chart of accounts for all these setups. That is the reason we are getting.
Fine.
Before doing all this, you create one value set, try to create the values in the value set. You don't get this.
Okay, thanks.
That's it. Yeah, fine. Now, add one more. Please go on mute. Yeah, thanks. 3,000. You may create one more company for our testing. ABC, INC, say BPO services. So this is how you can list out. List out all the companies. You don't need to set value attributes. It is taking by default how really we require. If you are going to create the parent company, how to deal with that, we will understand after some time. For now, this is how we have to create. Say save and close. This same process is applicable for any segment related values. I will create few values for department. Go to manage values, create few department values. For a department value set, we given maximum length as a 4. With the 4 digits, you can create the values. Say finance department. Just we have to enter the code and do description. Rest, okay, whatever system will take. 2000. So HR department. 3000. Marketing department. 4,000. Sales department. This is how you can list out. The complete data we get from the client. Whatever the data we get from the client, accordingly we have to create this in the system. Now we are trying to understand how to do all these through manual process. We have a other option where you can load all this information to the system through that spreadsheet. We should be good enough with these two processes. One is manual, second one is spreadsheet process. We will cover both, but please focus on this manual process. Very, very important. You should be able to do anything and everything through manual process. If required, you can use automatic as a part of implementation. What we do, how we do, we will discuss. So this is how you can list out all your departments. Say save and close. The next segment is account. We will create values for account after some time. We'll complete for remaining segment related value set values. So account we'll do later. Now we'll go with intercompany. Click on manage values. Whatever the company values we have in the company value set, you have to create the same you have to create in the intercompany. Along with those company values, we have to add one more value called as dummy value. So more than 99%, you record the transactions related to your business. Maybe 1% or less than 1%, you may have some internal transactions. Only for that purpose, we are going to use this intercompany segment. So when we are recording the transaction with your suppliers and customers, what value need to be taken for in this intercompany segment? It is the transactions are not belongs to intercompany. Then you have to take some dummy value. Wherever transaction is not intercompany, you have to provide dummy value for that. Along with those 3 companies, what we created, we will create one dummy value that we name it as default. If any transaction is related to intercompany, we can choose specific company as intercompany. Otherwise, always we go with a dummy. Let's see how to create. When you create transactions, again, you can understand more detail. So here, first you create dummy value. You call it as default or you write as not applicable. As it is within the company value set, whatever the code you given, whatever the name you given, you have to provide as it is. Better you can copy and paste. Copy from the value set to some spreadsheet or notepad and you can paste here. But we can remember, we can recall that. That is the reason I'm going to enter here. 1000 we given as A, B, C, I, and C, financial services. $2,000 A, B, C, I, and C, consulting services. 3,000 A, B, C, I, and C, BPO services. Okay, done. Save and close. Now create values for project and rest of segments also. So every business transaction may not be related to your projects, what you do. So that is the reason here also create one default value. Transaction is belongs to project, you can select which project. If transaction is not belongs to project, you have to tell to the system it is not belongs to project, that you can pass message with this value. And what are the projects you are doing, that information the client will provide and you can enter in the system. Maybe any value you can take. Everywhere I'm taking 1000, 2000, but any values you can go with. Maybe this may be their project code, and say this is something like some service contract project, what they are doing for their clients as per their business. Maybe code for their, they are just giving some advertisement about their business promotions, ads, project. So this is how just you can list out whatever the data you get from the client accordingly. Save and close. And we have two more segments called as Future 1 and Future 2. Selecting Future 1, manage values, and click on create. We are not very sure about how this segment is going to turn into in future. So for that, you can just always create dummy value default. Because the segment is mandatory, we have to provide some values. So provide default, done. And Future 2, manage values, click on create, dummy value, default. Save and close. Now you tell me, we created values for almost all the value sets except account. How many value attributes you are able to see? How many value attributes?
3 value attributes.
3.
Summary, allow budgeting, and
allow
the
posting.
third one is year.
So these 3 are by default. For any value set, you create values, those 3 will pop up. Now we are going to create values for account segment. We'll see how it different from other. So click on manage values, say create. So we have to create few accounts for our testing purpose. To understand how to create, we'll add few accounts. Later we'll see the detail level. There will be separate session when we load the data through rapid implementation, there you can understand everything. But here, just for our understanding, let's create few accounts. I want to create one account. Here we have a length or width or size as a 5. The 5 digits you can enter the account code. I want to create account called as salaries account. Now just count here how many value attributes we have. Just count and tell me how many value attributes we have. Don't count anything and everything.
Seven.
7 we have.
Yeah.
Summary, allow posting, allow budgeting, we have seen already. The new value attributes are account type, third party control account, reconcile, financial category. So these 4 are there. How come we are able to see these 4 here? Which label you assign to natural account segment?
Natural account.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Which label you assign to account segment?
Natural
Natural account segment label. So where we are in? We are in the value set. We are in the value set. Value set, it is showing 4 more value attributes. How? Because of natural account segment label. The natural account segment label is adding these 4 value attributes here. How come it is adding to value set, but we assigned natural account segment label to segment, right? How it can reflect here? How it is reflecting here? Tell me what you think, what you understand.
Means these attributes are linked with that natural account segment.
That is clear for us.
Yeah.
These are coming because of that label.
Yeah.
My question is, the label we assign to account segment, not to value set, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, but the value set is assigned to a segment. So that's why.
That's it. That is the point I'm expecting from you. Yes. So the value set we assign to account segment, value set label is assigned to account. That's how through segment it is reflecting on value set related values. So this is the purpose we assign the natural account segment label. If I ask you the question, what is the use of natural account segment label? Your answer should be, if you assign natural account segment label to any segment, it will add 4 additional value attributes. Those are account type, third party control account, reconcile, and financial category. Do we need account type for company segment related values? Tell me.
Not required.
Not required. Okay. So account type is required for account only, right? Whether account is expense or revenue assets, that is required for account only. So that is the reason always we have to assign natural account segment label to which segment?
Account segment.
Account only, because it will add account related value attributes additional. That is the reason we need to assign natural account segment label always to account segment only. In the account segment value set definition, values definition time, we need account types. Those are there in that label. That label, if you assign, those can be added. Now you tell me, if I assign this natural account segment label to company segment, what will happen?
In company segment also, we can see all the 4 extra ones.
You can see the 4. It doesn't make any sense. Right? It doesn't make any sense. If I'm creating the ABC INC consulting services, there it will ask us, tell me what is the account type. First, where is the account? So that is the reason we never assign this natural account segment label other than account segment. Okay. So that is the purpose of the natural account segment label. Now 4 attributes we are getting here. You have to use primarily account type only. So when you say salaries, what type of account? You no need to worry about it. If you don't know which account is what, if you are very new to this terms like accounts, etc., don't worry. Even when we are working in the project, client will provide complete information. Which accounts they are using, what is the nature of account. Nature is nothing but type of account. Complete information they'll provide. Our job will be getting everything as it is into system. You are not going to finalize what client business they are doing.
Sir,
They
is
use
there
different accounts for their as per their business, but you have to get everything into the system, what they are providing, how they are providing. But we should aware. So here account type, we have to select properly as per their data. Yes. Please.
Is there any format to capture this data from the customers?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
We have spreadsheets. That's what I mentioned. Now we are going with the manual process. Okay, we have to understand how to do it. Once we are comfortable, we'll jump into that.
Okay.
Yeah. So salaries. Salaries, you can select account type as an expense. Don't worry if you don't know this. Okay. So rest not required. We will understand those, but not now. When we are working on the different areas, this will come in the play. As of now, nothing. See, Oracle by default, they are giving us no. And for this, it's an optional attribute, no value also. But we will use this. There are separate concepts there we have to use. Okay, whenever we just deal with the relevant topics, we'll discuss. For now, nothing. You don't need to do anything with those additional value attributes except account type. So this is how you can create few accounts. You may create one account related to bank account, cash account. Say city, bank, cash account. This may be your cash account number, account number. Okay. This is how you can create. Since it's a bank account and all, account type would be asset. In the same way, you can create few more accounts just to understand how to create. Reality, how it would be, very soon we will understand that. Say admin expense. Yeah. Expense, that's it. And you tell me what is the objective of any company, any organization.
Earn profits.
Earning profits. How do you get the profits? By doing what you can do it?
Sale.
Sale. So when you sell, you will get the revenue, right? To sell, you might have spent something that you have to reduce from your revenue expense. The difference you call as net income.
Yeah.
Or surplus. The same as per our applications, we call as returned earnings. The revenue minus expense. You got 10 lakhs revenue. To get 10 lakhs revenue, you spend 7 lakhs. So 10 lakhs minus 7 lakhs, the difference is 3 lakhs. That is your net income, surplus. So the same we call as per our application as the returned earnings. Returned earnings is nothing but surplus, net income, or same just for our understanding profits. So this account is very important. Since it's an objective of every company, this account we have to maintain as a key account in the system. We'll go and create in the system. Okay, we do the account grouping and all that, everything we'll discuss later. Now don't focus on that. So try to understand how to create the account values in the account value set. That is the target now. So this you say returned earnings. The nature, the type of returned earnings account is owner's equity. Okay. So these are owned by company, not by people. This is not expense or revenue or asset or liability. This is all about the profits of company. Okay, surplus of the company. So it falls under type as a owner's equity. Okay. If you are not aware of these account types, don't worry. What we are doing, just make a note and remember. You will come to know very, very soon. Then these 4 are enough for our understanding, discussion, this kind of basic testing. Later, we will just load many accounts. Okay, very soon. Now say save and close. Now we are ready with here also you can say save and close, done. Now we created values for all the value sets. For each value set, system is defaulting allow budgeting, allow posting as yes, summary as no. Only in case of account value set, one additional attribute we have set, that is account type. Which account you are creating, accordingly we selected account type. Reality, when we are working for client, you no need to set, you no need to decide. Client will provide everything, all the accounts what they are using and what is the nature of those accounts they will provide. By seeing that, we have to input into system. That's all. You are not going to decide anything. Okay, they will decide what they are doing, that they will give us, that we will maintain in the system. That would be our job. So this is all about chart of accounts. Now we can say we are ready with the chart of accounts. Whenever you add additional values into the value sets, you no need to go and deploy it. Anytime you can add the values. You go and add 2 more companies. You go and add 10 more departments. You go and add 100 more accounts. Anything you can go and add anytime into respective value sets. Because you are adding the values into value sets, you no need to deploy your chart of account structure, or you can say you no need to deploy your accounting flex field. Not required. Values anytime you can add, no deployment is required. You can keep adding. That's fine. That works. So this is all about chart of accounts. Any questions, please? If no questions, I'm just done from my side. If you have any questions, please stay back. We'll discuss. If no questions, we'll catch up tomorrow.